If you're an online coach and you're feeling very overwhelmed with all the things that there is to do to grow your coaching business, to sustain your coaching business, and to keep moving forward, this video is for you. I'm going to share with you the only things that you need to do every single day to stay focused and consistent to grow your coaching business day in, day out. And you're going to be shocked because a lot of this is very simple. Okay. Just like fitness, the basics, the fundamentals, if you can stick to those, you're going to see results over a long period of time. It's important not to get ahead of yourself and develop shiny object syndrome. I'm going to share with you the only 5 things that you really need to do every single day to grow your business, and the 5 things you need to do every week to grow your business. All right, so before we go ahead and dive in, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. I create daily content just like this to help you grow and scale your online coaching business. All right, let's transition into the computer and we'll take it away. Okay, so I've made this very, very simple. And I'm gonna go through each of the resources and steps inside of here so you get a really clear picture of what do I need to do? What is my workflow need to look like on a daily and weekly basis for me to be successful. Okay, so the daily tasks are gonna be up here and the weekly tasks are gonna be down here. So let's dive in. The first thing that you need to do to have a successful coaching business and keep moving the needle forward is you need to review and update your sales CRM. Now, if you read this, you're like, what the heck is a sales CRM? Well, this is going to be a game changer for you if you don't already have it, because sales, making sales, getting new clients is the lifeline of the business, right? If I don't make new sales, I can't be in business. So how we're going to do that is by having a very simple tracking tool that's going to allow us to know who's in the sales pipeline, who's a lead that's about to become a client. And if we don't have any leads that are about to become clients, we're going to start tracking them to nurture them, to give them value, to help them ascend to becoming a paying client. Okay, so the easiest place to get started if you don't have a CRM is a very, very simple Google Doc. Okay, I will link this Google Doc below. Okay, so if you guys want a sample CRM just to get yourself started, very, very simple. Okay, CRM stands for Client Relationship Management Tool. You'll have the name of the lead, and you'll have their contact information here. Origin is like how you connected with them. Did you connect with them through Instagram? Was it a cold DM? Was it a referral? Was it a local networking event? Was it a personal friend? Just the more things like that you can track, the better, so that you know where are most of my clients coming from. Underneath the status section, you'll have where are they? All right, are they prospecting? Means that they're kind of like still early. They're kind of in the nurture stage. Have you offered them a sales call? Is a call scheduled? Have they canceled a call? Have they ghosted? Are you waiting on purchase decision? And you can customize all these if you want. The link will be below. Last contact. So this can be important if you're trying to get them into your coaching program. You want to know, all right, how often am I talking to them? And do I need to reach out to them in a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now? What does that look like? Deal notes. This is just like, notes on that person, the conversations you've had, and then next action. So this helps with the last contact. All right, if I want to reach out to this person in 90 days from now, next action, reach out on this date. And again, you're going to review this daily, because if you review this daily, you're not going to have people fall through the cracks. Okay, next contact. These can be used interchangeably. Okay, so very simple CRM that you're going to use on a daily basis to keep track of things. Okay, that's going to help you stay focused. Now, like I said, the Google Sheet is step 1. What I have most people do once they're moving and grooving and have got like 10, 20 clients is we'll get them into the remote coaching app, which is a white labeled version of Go High Level. And I've got all of my pipelines, all of my funnels, all of my automations that I just give all my clients, so you don't have to worry about any of the tech stuff. I'm going to walk you through the CRM that's inside of this software. Okay, this thing is super powerful. And if you do this every day, which is why it's the first thing on your checklist, you're going to make sales, you're going to grow your business. So once you're moving and grooving, like I said, you got 10, 20 clients, you're going to want a more robust CRM that you can easily move things around and you can communicate with clients through the CRM software. The Google Sheets is a great place to get started, but it's not going to take you very far because things are going to get messy, okay? But in here, so I could click on this conversation tab right here. It says view conversations, and it will open all of that conversations we've had via text message, email, and if we had a conversation on Instagram, it'll also be there. Okay, so I can have all of my conversations in here. I don't have to open up any other app. And my goal, anytime I'm working on a CRM, or a pipeline is how can I move people further to the right? Because how we have this organized is over here, they're a lead, means they could fill out a contact us form. They could have messaged you on Instagram. Prospecting means you're talking to them, seeing if they're a good fit. Offered means I offered, hey, you want to hop on a call with my team? Link sent means we sent them a link. So these people are about to book sales calls with us. And then I've got a few other things that I've got organized over here. Ghosted means didn't show up for their call. Not qualified means they fill out an application, but they weren't good fit based on the questions they answered. Triage call, which is like our 15-minute call. Sales call, waiting on decision, etc. So all of this stuff is here, and my goal is to review this every day and just move people this way, okay? So this is the most important thing. That's why I led with this. If you don't have something like this, let's set something like this up so that you're not just shooting in the dark, okay? So this is the most important thing for you to do on a daily basis is to review your pipeline, okay? If you don't have a pipeline, you don't really have a business. I'm just gonna put it that way, okay? So that's the first thing we're gonna do every single day. The second thing you're gonna do is you're gonna post on social media. Okay. I prefer Instagram or Facebook because there's a messenger feature inside of there. So anyone that's engaging in my content, I can then shoot a message to, and they're now a lead. Any new follower that comes in, now a lead, can have a conversation with. So every day, I'm going to post one piece of content. Okay. One piece. Don't post two, post one. If you need more leads, start running ads. Don't post more content than that. It takes too much time. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to reach out to 20 new leads a day. Okay. You might be asking me, Matt, I don't have 20 leads a day. How do I do that? If you don't have 20 new leads a day, which would be like new followers, could be 20 people who've engaged in your content, 20 people that viewed your stories, or if you're running traditional ads where people are opting into a free training or a lead magnet and you don't have 20 a day, then you're going to want to reach out to people who are inside of your niche that you can find on Instagram. Okay. That you can do that via cold outreach. It's not the most effective strategy. I'll tell you that right off the bat. You're going to need to do a lot more volume to get the same amount of responses, which is why I prefer running Instagram ads, even boosting posts. I've got some videos on this channel about that, just so you can get 20 new followers a day to start those conversations. And you can do it for like $10 a day. Super simple. But regardless, I need to reach out to at least 20 people a day, because what that'll do is it'll allow me to add more people to my pipeline. And if I add more people to my pipeline, have conversations with them, we can keep moving them further along. Cool? All right, reach out to 20 people a day. Great. And before we move on, I want to mention one thing. If you are running a lead magnet or running anything that a traditional funnel, you can use like the CRM software that I just showed you. I've got automations that start at least 20 new conversations a day every day. People are getting text message automations to where when they respond, our team can respond back. Okay? Very, very helpful. Now, once you have reached out to 20 new people a day, you're going to continue conversations you've had from the past day and continuing to move them along in the pipeline, right? So that you're closer to booking calls. Okay. Ideally, the goal for you is, can I book one sales call a day using that approach? If I can book one sales calls a day, that's 5 sales calls a week. That should guarantee I get at least one client, if not 2 or 3 clients. And if you're really good at sales, maybe 4 or 5. But most of you guys, like if you're booking a call a day, I would expect to sign at least 1 to 2 clients a week with that. Okay. Now, before we move on to weekly KPIs, here's the cool part. The 3 big things of reaching out to new leads, starting conversations, and booking sales calls a day, once you're making $5,000 to $6,000 a month, you can hire a virtual assistant to do this for you, okay? You can hire a virtual assistant to manage your pipeline. So then your goal becomes posting on social media and taking sales calls and managing that person, right? And I'm sharing that because if you can hire a virtual assistant, the sooner you can hire a virtual assistant, the more tasks you'll take off your plate to where it's like, I create content, I take sales calls. And then eventually you can get the sales calls off your calendar to where you just create content, okay? So growing a business isn't that hard. I got to talk to people, I got to provide value to the marketplace, and I got to make sales. The only task that's missing on the daily checklist is taking sales calls. And you'll take those calls if you have them booked. If you don't have them booked, you're going to keep doing these things. If you're doing these things and you're not booking enough calls, all you need to do is change this one right here. Don't post more on social. That's not the goal. You can talk to more people, okay? If you need more leads, you can boost posts, you can run ads. That will help you with this. Or you can find 20 more people today to reach out to and send cold messages to. I'm going to prefer and recommend boosting posts and getting inbound people to you. Okay, cool. So that's our daily checklist. Those are the 5 things that we're going to do, or we're going to hire someone to do every single day to grow your business. Now, weekly, let's jump into weekly. Every week, you want to fill out a KPI scorecard. Okay, this is going to be the metrics, the numbers of your business. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like right here. This is a very blank, basic, simple scorecard. But what you have to realize is business is determining what inputs create the outputs of money and new clients. Okay, so the inputs that are up here are marketing. Marketing is inputs. Outputs is sales. Okay, so what are the inputs that create the outputs of sales? And for most people when they're getting started, it's how many posts did I do this week? How many days did I do Instagram stories? How many conversations did I start this week, right? And if I just know those generally, and I can determine, okay, well, it looks like, if I post 5 times a week, if I do stories 4 days a week, and I start 100 to 200 conversations with people who are engaging in my content, new followers, that gets me X number of calls, right? And those X number of calls turn into X number of clients. And then I could also track my revenue, etc. Because if you guys want to start a business, you have to learn numbers and get comfortable with numbers. These are very simple numbers, right? Here was what I did. I posted this many times. I had this many calls. I signed this many clients. These are my total clients. And this is how much money my business is generating. This is very simple. My scorecard's bigger, right? Because I track more things. I have YouTube. I have Instagram. When you're getting started, none of that. Just one. Okay, just one. Keep it simple. Okay, so you want to have something like this, very simple, that helps you track the inputs to create the outputs of new clients, and it also holds you accountable to doing the inputs. Okay, so I like to fill my scorecard out on Sunday or Monday from the week before. Okay, do that. It's going to be really helpful for you. It's going to paint the picture of exactly what you're doing to grow your business. Number 2, what you're going to do weekly is you're going to batch record all of your content. Okay, now this can be done even monthly. Okay, I do it weekly. Some people I know do it monthly. I've got some people who do it quarterly. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one day a week and you're going to block off about a 3 to 4 hour chunk. And you're just going to create all the content that you need for the next week. So if you're doing coaching full time, this could be an afternoon. One afternoon a week, I'm going to block off 3 to 4 hours on my calendar, create all my content. If you're not full time yet and you have a full time job, this is going to have to come on the weekends, or it's going to have to come after work. Okay, I'm going to encourage you to do it on the weekends when you're feeling fresh. You might be like, but Matt, I don't want to work on the weekends. If you're trying to go full time in the online coaching space, you've got to put out the volume to do that. So if you have a full-time job and you're working online, there's going to need to be a time where you're grinding a little bit. Okay, you're not just going to passively acquire a bunch of clients and everything's going to be good and I can just easily quit my job. You're going to need to put more work in. Okay, you can do that. Okay, number 3, the third thing you're going to do every single week is you're going to schedule all of your posts. So if I film all my content on Saturday, on Sunday, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to schedule all of my posts for the next week. I use Later for this. Okay, so Later is the software that I use. I upload all the content that I have into this over here, and then I just schedule them out every single weekend for the following week. So today's Tuesday. I've already got my post done for the rest of the week. Sometimes I'll be even more. I might be a month ahead. Right now, we're a week ahead. Okay, so schedule them out. Don't post them day of, because if you do post them day of, it's going to impact your ability to do sales. Like, sales is a daily task. Okay, creating content and marketing doesn't have to be a daily task. The actual posting of it does, right? You post it, but other than that, like, you should be doing sales daily, marketing like once a week, okay? As in like marketing tasks. Okay, other weekly tasks that I put down here, this is still coming into the content, but you wanna make sure that you're putting out at least 2 social proof or testimonials a week. And it could be very subtle. It could be a story, like you just working with a client. Like, wow, I'm so proud of Billy. Billy went from here to here in this time period. If you want to be more like Billy, you could have a call to action, like click here to apply to work with me. Or if you want to be more like Billy, here's the 3 things Billy did to be successful. Like and share, something very simple. But we want to post social proof so that people see themselves in the shoes of our clients, okay? If you're like a brand new coach, cool. You can do it once a week, but if you can do it twice a week, that's kind of like the sweet spot. Okay, so the last thing that you're going to do every single week to be successful as an online coach is you're going to review your block schedule at least once a week. A block schedule, I'll pull up over here. You can find one of these on just by typing on Google, like block schedule template Google Sheets. You'll probably find one. This one is one that I've created, and it's really simple, right? But I found that if I can create my block schedule here of like what's my ideal schedule and goal for myself to stick to, I have that here, okay? And then what I can do is once this is created, here's like just an example of just some stuff that I would give my clients. Once this is created, I would then compare this to my Google Calendar. I can open up my Google Calendar and say, how similar is this calendar to this one? Did I do a good job of that? Is there something I need to adjust with my ideal schedule to make it more realistic? Or do I need to adjust what I'm actually doing on my calendar and just own my own boundaries more? That might be the case, okay? But I review this because another thing that we just don't talk about is the only way you're gonna grow a business successfully is by you managing you and your time, okay? You've gotta manage that. For us to get all the things that are on this checklist done, right? Reviewing my CRM, posting on social, reaching out to new leads, booking calls, having calls, and doing all the scorecard stuff, like all of that, I have to plan it out in my calendar. And if it's not planned in my calendar, I'm not going to do it. I need to turn myself or my business almost into like a machine where I have a set schedule and cadence of what I do things so that I don't have to think about it. I just get to show up and act and do. The more you can take yourself out of that process, the better. If you're very attached to it and you're like, I only work when I'm inspired, that's really hard to build a coaching business successfully from. Very hard, because inspiration and motivation are going to be like this. We have to build habits, consistency, and consistent habits that we're going to do over a long period of time to really get the results that we're looking for. If a client doesn't feel like going to the gym, hey, just go show up and move around. That might change the way you feel as you start doing it. The same thing goes here. Block that schedule off, stick to it. Even if you don't feel good to do it, stick to it. Build habits, build consistency. Do not rely on motivation and discipline to grow your business because it will let you down, okay? It will let you down. Systems won't. All right, guys, so that's all I've got for today's presentation. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys need any support, I'm going to have a link below to schedule a call with my team. We help coaches just like you grow and scale their coaching businesses with Instagram organic and Instagram ads. Like the CRM system that I showed you here, that's a huge critical component. Once we've got people, their first 10, 20 clients, we get them plugged into that CRM system and start running ads, because all that does is just adds more people to their pipeline, and we help them then. How do we hire somebody to have those conversations, to invite them to calls so we can build a real business that doesn't revolve around us necessarily doing all these things on the checklist? We can build a team and a structure and a system that will do it for us so we can hold the highest vision of where we're going, okay? So that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys need any support with that, again, there'll be a link below to book a call with my team. And on the call, we'll walk you through what we do. We'll also want to hear more about your goals to see if it's a good fit and see if we can help. All right. So if you're interested in that, click the link below. If not, see you next time.